Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Hi, I'm Christian, and this is...
I'm Daniel.
And this is the Christian and Daniel Show. Welcome.
All right, Snagglepuss.
Exit stage left.
Why are we... where are we blocked here? There we go. Hi. Okay, there we go. It was on...
Ooh.
It was on private, and I put it on public.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Well, no one's watching, so I guess we just sit here in silence for a bit.
Just stare at you for a couple of seconds. Someone shared it. Hello, everybody. We can't just sit here in silence.
Just giving a longing look.
Say something. Well, the thing is, I'm setting everything up. So
That was pretty good for an untrained actor.
I'm setting everything up, so I can't even see what you were doing. So.
Oh, I was doing this like, oh, but without saying anything, that was pretty good acting for a non-actor.
You are a good actor.
So, but no, I'm elated today. I really needed today. I was glad to have today off from work. Dear God, I've been working 8 hours. I know people are like, normal people work 8 hours a day. I'm like, yeah, I haven't worked 8 hours a day in a long time, but I'm really grateful to be doing it because I'm making money, and that's what makes my world go round. And but it's been interesting. Like, I didn't know how I'd hold up because like even like teachers get more breaks than I do throughout my shift. So I'm kind of like, wow, like this could be. I thought it was gonna be intense, but it's not. You know, as long as I put myself in the right mindset. Like if I've said this multiple weeks now. As long as I surrender and say I just want to be of service, and it's not about me, somehow that sinks in, and I'm able to. I believe it's my higher power, but I'm able to just kind of take a deep breath and go, okay, whatever happens, yeah. Do I have kids who just leave in the middle of typing a response and they just leave? You know what? That's their prerogative. It's not mine. It has nothing to do with me. And I just have to remember, it's not personal. It's just like when you're in the classroom with the kids, you can't take it personally because if you do, good luck.
Yeah.
That's a career that can kill you, literally. So.
That's like when I go do HIV education presentations, and
yeah,
the kids are just not interested in what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Hi, Nancy.
Hey. How are you?
¿Cómo está, hermosa?
Hermosa. Is this your Spanish lesson for the day?
Yeah, I'm saying. See, I didn't say the other one.
Oh,
like I did at the public.
Yes, let's not go through that again.
She's miedo. Wait, that's
tired.
That's tired, right? I was right.
What did you say?
She said she's tired. I said miedo.
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 Miedo is scared.
Oh, she's not scared.
She's not scared.
She's
cansada. Hey, Charlie, welcome to the show. How's everybody doing?
Welcome back. Welcome, Nancy.
Oh, cansada, yes. I know what was missing. I'm like, why am I off? We want to welcome everybody who's watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Thank you for joining us. If you do us a favor and share this page the show on your page so that other folks can watch it. If you're watching us on YouTube, do us a favor, scroll down, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know every time we have a new episode of either the horoscopes, Christian and Daniel, Cardivo or Zodiacs, and put it together, which actually I'm back this week with both shows. We will have the Cardivo because Wayne is out of town. So I'll be on my own. And then on Saturday, we have an interview with a singer and musician. So make sure that you join us for that. And I'm trying to remember his name. The score for that.
This is a new language they call Swahili. It's apparently brand new because I have no idea what he is saying. I thought NLDS was a new infection.
Yeah.
And the second month, it topped out the second month, and hospitals are out of pads, and people are trying to dodge everyone they can.
So
no one-on-ones.
The score for the national something
National League of Dumb
is tied at the top of the second pads and Dodge. National.
Yeah.
I don't know what the acronyms. I mean, I know who the Dodgers are, but Micah, how are you doing?
Hi, Micah.
Yes, is today the first day of fall? I didn't check that. The Cardivo. Oh, Cardivo. It's like Cher. If I could turn back time. No. Hey, Micah. Yes. Now that they know each other.
All I had to do was think about like car stuff, and that Butch came out me, and that's I think it means the National League something. National League something. Tell us, Michael.
Yeah, tell us what the NLDS stands for.
National League Division Series.
Oh, okay.
In Major League Baseball, the National League Division Series determines which two teams from the National League will advance to the National League. That's a stupid definition. I guess it figures out who's going to go to the Super Bowl.
I'm guessing.
Wait, no. It sounds like baseball, so maybe they're going to the World Series. I don't know. Who cares?
Michael, but okay, here we go. National League Division Series. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that.
I think
so for those of you, before we continue, for those of you who are musicians,
I think I just defined that. That's like, Butch,
I'm gonna have a beer,
cigarette and beer,
some nuts,
and I'm going to chew on some peanuts.
Hey, bro, you want to go watch some sports?
Tell my girlfriend to make me some dinner.
So for those of you that
watch,
watch Put It Together on Saturdays, Mike Bednarski from Ginkgo Balboa Band will be joining me for an interview this Saturday. So come join us. I heard them; they're really good. They're really good, and so but he's going to be on his own. So semifinals, all got you. Okay, well those sound very important for sports.
I know people get excited when the words semi and finals are together.
But what else is going on? Oh, can I show some of my new things that arrived while I was out down?
Some of your new toys.
So for everybody, we'll talk about Puerto Rico in a minute. I'm going to tell you the adventure of
Puerto Rico for the rest of you.
I'm going to tell you the adventure of Daniel and Tommy go to Puerto Rico. And for those of you who know who Tommy is, you'll know.
Tommy has quite a personality at times.
Anyway. So for those of you, I belong to a group called the Sober Curator, which is an online sober page where you can get all kinds of information. If you want more information on that, let me know. But it's just Google the Sober Curator and the page will come up. There's nutritionists, there's sports people, there's a guy that reviews non-alcoholic drinks. I submit my horoscopes to them every Monday. I've been off for the last 3 weeks because I've been traveling a lot. But one of the gifts that you get from the Sober page, and Elise from the Sober page, who's a friend of mine who runs the page, gives these to everybody that joins and has been there for a little while. And for anybody who's familiar with pop people, the pops, I am a pop. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
There's me.
There's Daniel G. Garza. Or Daniel
holding a microphone and my laptop. And there's my name on the box.
And is there a headset in there too? I don't think so, but it looked like it for a second.
I don't see a headset.
Okay. So it's the laptop and your microphone. You're all set. It's like
the laptop and the microphone. So I'm a pop people. I'm a pop person.
I'm a doll. I've had a doll made in my image.
So I'm really excited about this. I came home to find that
This
in my
is like
mailbox.
next level, Daniel.
Yes, and thank you. It is cute. Like it's like someday someday I'm gonna be so famous they're gonna want this in a museum. Just watch, wait and see. And for those of you that know about Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game, y'all know that I had Grumpy Bunny made several months ago. I was not completely happy with Bunny because I thought he looked more like a cat. I thought they made the ears look like a cat.
We might do some more. We might have him rework him a bit.
We might have him redone, and we'll have to retire this one. But
Mom,
you have to get yours with Kinky Boots. Yes. Oh, yes, Micah. Yes.
So
but cool. Micah, there is the selfies one, which he's over on the couch. But you can have a doll, a stuffed animal made of you.
We're going to do that for me.
For Christian. So we're going to have each our own selfies. You can have a picture taken of you, send it in.
Full body.
And then full body picture. And they'll make you. Message me and I'll send you the link to get it.
And you can wear kinky boots in your picture. Then you'll have a kinky boot. Selfie
but
you.
Now we have Mama Bunny.
And she looks like a bunny.
She looks like a bunny. But you know, the thing is that he looks like Bunny in the book. Like I can't.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. He actually does. Like they actually did a very.
They do look like the cartoons. So I don't know. To have him redone to look more like a bunny would be going against what the book looks like. So I need to get a stand for them because I'm going to be doing some read-alongs coming up soon, where I'm going to be reading Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game in English, and then I'll have another session in Spanish where you can order the book as we're reading. So pay attention, look out for that. Kershaw got out of a pickle that couldn't have a costly struck. There's like a middle. I was saying, I love this, Michael, but I have no clue of what that all means.
Austin Nola, isn't that one of the new galaxies we just found recently? I think that new JW scope that's out in the middle of nowhere, like by Jupiter or something. I think it's on Austin Nola.
But I appreciate Michael including us in his.
Now, is Kershaw the brand of pickles that he's talking about?
They taste so good with the sandwich.
I heard they're very crispy, and they're good with the Dodger dogs.
What else is going on today? National days today. For everybody we forgot those national days last time, but hoy es Día de la Raza. Viva la Raza. It's
Hoy es el Día de Christian.
I wonder when there has to be
financial contributions to Christian.
When do we celebrate Christians? When? Hold on, I'm looking it up as we're speaking. Because when do we celebrate the name?
Well, and
Christian.
Dia de la isn't La Raza? Isn't that the neighborhood or the? I've never understood what that actually means. But I know people put their hands up and like scream.
Well, Dia de la Raza. Well, there's a couple of reasons. Like number one, normally October 12th is Columbus Day, right?
Mm. Oh, yes, Daniel.
But we've technically changed the name to Indigenous Day.
No, the 10th was Columbus Day, but yes.
Oh yeah, okay. Columbus Day was October 10th. Well, today is here. Let me.
But I know we don't celebrate Columbus Day anymore because he's no longer viewed in quite the positive light that we used to.
It's Indigenous Day now,
so which makes more sense.
But Dia de la Raza.
Yeah, but I don't understand what La Raza is.
Well, La Raza is the people.
Like, okay.
Dia de la Raza or Race Day, or race. Dia de la Raza or Race Day is celebrated on October 12th every year to recognize the cultural fusion of Indigenous America and Spanish heritage. The day is generally observed as a national holiday in Spanish countries and in Spanish communities. there is a controversial element to the holiday as well, but it all in all is a festive holiday. So this is the day that, like, for like a cultural awareness. Thank you, Micah. Yes. So this is technically the day they would celebrate when the cultures fused. But a lot of countries, a lot of Latin countries and Hispanic countries celebrate the day as our race. We're celebrating our people. So you, being 1/3 Mexicano, this is your day too.
Sí, bueno dia. La raza. No, la raza. It just seems like people are angry when they say La Raza. It never sounds friendly to me. But maybe it's because of that cultural link that isn't the mixture of indigenous peoples and the Spaniards really due to the conquistadors?
Say that again?
Aren't the conquistadores the ones who mixed the Spanish blood with all these indigenous peoples?
Yeah.
So it was really more an invasion than, because they weren't coming there to bake cake and make nice. They were taking over.
Which is why they're saying that it's controversial.
Yeah, that's becoming, some people are finding it inappropriate.
Would you, like, is this really something we want to celebrate?
That's a very interesting question. How long it's been, it's been celebrated probably for a long, long time, I assume.
Right. It doesn't say when it started, but
a long time ago,
I'm sure I could find some more information on it.
I just find it interesting, because like Columbus Day has changed so much, but look how long it took for us to accept and change Columbus Day to be a more appropriately titled day and to respect the people it should be respecting, as opposed to.
Yeah, I was right. October 12th, we commemorate the arriving of Columbus. En 1492, Cristóbal Colón llegó a América. So yeah, in 1492, Columbus arrived. But this is why it's controversial, because like, do we celebrate that day? But I think it's merged into celebrating who we are now as Latinos.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, in my family, like, I'm a fusion of my mom, who comes from indigenous, native, Mexican Indian, and my dad that has Spanish in his blood. So we're a fusion of that lineage. So Dia de Hoy, so they celebrate in Spain too, Micah. Dia de Cultura, so they celebrate the culture day. But yeah, I would suppose that.
Well, Spaniards are a mixture. Weren't they a mixture of the, who are the people? The blonde hair, blue eyed. It was the Spaniards, and it starts with an M. I can't remember the culture. But there also, a lot of Spaniards are ended up being mixed with the Moors. That's it. With the Moors. That's why you see blonde hair, blue eyed, fair skinned Spaniards. Because they mixed with the Moorish people who I guess invaded there at one point, and kind of like what they did to everyone else. It's interesting. Not sure if I'm right on that, but I know it's the Moors. And I know that's why you have a lot of fair skinned people. That's pretty funny. It is becoming keywords.
For those of you who are interested in baseball and want to know how many goals they're making on the ice,
on the NLDS
with their baskets, Michael Moran is offering a play-by-play,
which is nice,
account of the
it's
game.
It's a value add tonight.
I'm guessing it's San Diego against LA. Is that what it is?
That's probably why people are really involved in it.
Okay, got you. So if you're interested, Michael is posting us a play-by-play on it. Today is also, this is really important to me because I was a victim of this, which has altered my life in many ways. Today is Stop Bullying Day. Today's Anti-Bully Day. And for those of you that have heard my story before of coming out and things that happened to me when I was a kid, this is really important. I should have worn blue, but this looks blue on screen. But technically, on Anti-Bullying Day, you wear blue to show people who are being bullied that you support them and you understand and you're there for moral support. So for anybody out there who is suffering from any kind of bullying or being harassed or feel like they're targeted, know that here at Little Mexican Productions and the Christian and Daniel Show, you can reach out to us, and if there's anything we can do to help, we will do that. So, and for us older folk, you could wear a Dodge.
And my shirt is actually dark blue.
There's this blue, and it looks gray on my screen.
Mm-hmm. Dark blue.
Yes, you could wear for. I guess if the Dodgers are playing, they are all in support of Anti-Bullying Day in their own.
Well, they are anyway.
Although I will say that there was one time when I was chased with a bat, so I don't know that I would actually associate that. But thank you, Michael, for that part.
I tell you, people have had really interesting. I was very blessed, I guess, because I was always bigger than all the other kids, so no one ever picked on me. And no one even, I was never even called, I was never fat shamed. I never went through any of that. And that, knock on wood, I guess I'm kind of beyond it now. I don't really care what people think. Well, I do, but I don't. It doesn't, I'm not obsessed with it. But it's crazy how many people have been bullied and in their lives. And if I was bullied by my dad. So I dealt with bullying, but it was very different when it's coming from a parent as opposed to other kids. So,
yeah.
Hi, Emery.
Hi, Emery. And yes, Emery, yesterday was coming out day.
Happy coming out.
Coming out day. I have been officially out of the closet. Hold on, I need a calculator for this. Shut up.
My goodness. Well, I've been out of the closet since I was 26. So that is, yes.
Go ahead.
16 years?
You have not been out of the closet for 16 years. When did you come out?
When I was 26.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were older.
I didn't come out when I was a kid like all the spoiled people of this era.
I was 17 when I came out. So I've been out of the closet for 34 years. And although at the time it was pretty tragic and there was a lot of like really dark times in my life up until I got sober, and there were some really hard times. There were definitely some highlights, and I'm blessed to have the family and the friends that I have who have supported me. So thank you. My coming out story is not unlike a lot of people, but I'm here and it's cool. I was bullied under circumstances because of my address. Oh, really, Michael? That's interesting.
That's so bizarre. How dumb am I?
Hand him a calculator.
Sorry.
I do have a calculator, Emery. Thank you very much. It's on my phone, like normal people.
And I've been out for 26 years. Or
26 years?
Yeah, not 16. Because
is somebody older?
I'd be 42.
Is somebody older in the coming out stories, Christian? Let me give you some advice.
Okay.
Michael is 18. Yeah.
Wow.
That's longer than me because I think Micah's a little older than me. Micah's like 4 years older than me, I think.
So he's only 34?
Yes. Micah's very young. We're all very young, as you can see.
Dark Street. Oh wow.
But
Dork Street. No.
Is it really?
No.
There can't be a Dork Street.
That would be so bad.
I think I know where he lives. Hold on a second. I'm Googling this.
I was going to say it also sounds like if you were being picked on for where you grew up or like the neighborhood you lived in, that comes down to like that's like a whole new level of bullying. That's like sociocultural bullying and socioeconomic bullying. So that's like a whole new level. Huh?
There is a Dork Street.
I can't believe someone named a street Dork Street. Well, it's just like when you're in the Midwest, there's no water near the place, and they call the street Vista Del Mar.
There
View
is
of the ocean in the middle of Connecticut or wherever.
There is a Cork Dork. There's a Quirk Dork in Thousand Oaks, California.
Cork Dork.
Quirk Dork. There's a Dorky's Arcade in Tacoma, Washington. There's a Dorking Place in Santa Barbara. There's a Dorking Street in Ontario, Canada. So, and then there's Dork Street in Pico Rivera. I think that's where my
Dork Street in Pico Rivera. Yay.
And for those of you watching the baseball. It is baseball, right? Yeah. It's the end of the second inning. Dodgers ahead 2-1. Thank you, Michael.
Moran. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Michael. Moran Dork. Wow. Daniel's laughing. I don't find it funny at all. That is just mean.
It caught me off guard, but now I get it. Now I get it.
No, but I'm just saying, it's so mean that kids pick that out so quickly. But leave it.
It's funny.
I never would have connected that, actually.
Well, in my case, growing up in a community like the Little House on the Prairie, it was Helen coming out in the 80s. I bet that has to be really hard.
And coming out in the 80s? Holy moly. That's too much of a chicken to do that.
Yeah, because I came out when I was 17, so it was 1988.
I was going to say, you were a teen and you were in the 80s, but I didn't have the guts.
I was kind of fortunate because people talk about like Mexico being really harsh. And I did get beat up twice. It wasn't hard, but I got beat up twice.
It wasn't hard to get beat up?
In Monterrey, yeah. People jumped us 2 times. But overall, like once I came out in high school, kids were very accepting. Even I had my mother's support coming out. I tried twice to commit suicide. It was all my childhood sexual abuse, rape by I'm now a stronger advocate of child abuse awareness. A child abuse awareness book will be released. Awesome, Micah, and we'll have you. Congrats. We'll have you on the show to talk about it. And mine was 1985 at 18. Wow, yeah, the 80s. Like I think I know people are like that 80s.
80s was
although it was rough. It was also kind of that culture. Like we had people like Boy George, and Madonna and Cyndi Lauper that kind of gave you like. Well, for me, it was like I used to wear the Madonna black bracelets to school, but because it was Madonna and I was from the States, they kind of like accepted it that like I could dress a little MTV.
You're ahead of the times.
Yeah. And then when everybody on MTV, because it was so big at that time, would wear like the chains and the bracelets and stuff. When the high school I went to, it was like, oh, he's fresa, he's preppy. So it's okay that he wears that. So I was not harassed for being gay, at least not since school. But the sad thing is, as far as we have kids today are still, well, now, I hear about it in school.
And now kids are so, there's so much, because of the ability to be anonymous and not really get in direct trouble, that's freed these kids up to be just plain evil to each other. Like they literally drive people to kill themselves. Like they're murderers. Some of these cyberbullies are murderers and they get away with it. It is rough. I am glad I am not a teenager. I was not a teenager in the era of the internet where we had smartphones and could do what we do today. I'm so glad we still had phones on long cords and the landlines and our cars were all analog and mechanical instead of electronic. I'm so grateful for that.
And
it made
memory's right.
That's why I wasn't bullied. So I think if people could have bullied me anonymously without a reaction, I would have been completely bullied.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Well, I think I told you this, that I'm not gonna say the whole story, but I was at the beginning before I went into 6th grade in Dallas, which at that time it was 1 through 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that you had in high. Oh no. 2 years of junior high and then 4 years of high school in Dallas where we lived. So I was beginning 6th grade.
9, 12.
And I was beginning 6th grade, and somebody basically said, "Are you going to be the same kid in grade school that you will be in junior high?" And I got scared, and I said, I'm going to continue to be bullied and threatened and abused. And I was like, I don't want that. So I decided that I wanted to go live with my sister in Mexico. And I was like, I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. I don't think my parents ever knew exactly why I wanted to move. But that's why I left. That's why I wanted to get away. And the best thing I ever did, I mean, I was 11 years old making decisions about my future and my life. And I'm kind of glad my parents listened. There were hard times still, but I was always eccentric because I was from the States. I wasn't gay. Oh, he's from the States. He's from Dallas. And they're like, oh, okay. No wonder he does weird shit. And it helped. I mean, it really did help. The 80s were not puppies. You can meet them at a coffee to have a conversation. Oh,
No.
Oh, the 80s were hot puppies. You can meet them at that's not making sense to me, but
The 80s were hot puppies you can meet at a cafe to have a conversation.
oh, yeah. I mean, I was young, so I didn't go meet people.
Yeah. And I like I said, I wasn't out. I was still trying it with girls.
Yeah.
And then Emery's right. He says, yes, those stars, those ally stars.
Yeah.
But not the rest of the country.
Yeah.
It's true. Like people forget the whole glut of this country. Like the biggest part of this country is the Midwest, or the middle part, that what some people call the flyover states. Like there's a lot of people there, and there's a lot of small towns and small cities where, people still know. There are still places where people know everyone, all their neighbors, like, and they know what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
So that would be a very hard environment to come out in. Even today, I imagine that's very, very difficult to live in a small town.
Well, we hear it all the time still. I mean, every other day you can turn to like Queerty or one of those magazines and hear about somebody new in sports or in the entertainment field or something that's coming out. And to have to make it such a production still is weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Now, on the fun side of things, as a teen in the straight community, was I very popular with all the country boys who came out with the chicks. Emery, this is, we try to make this a family show. How dare? But yes, you're right. Yes, you are right. I must confess that. Yes. I can neither confess. I mean, I can neither way that
you can neither confirm nor deny
that there's still a lot of people in the closet that I know from the 80s. Yes, that is very true. That is very true. But you know what? Okay, to the fun side. Let's get to the fun side. We can talk about this another day. But we're talking about getting old and celebrating today. For all of you older people out there, not me, today is National Arthritis Day.
Today is National Arthritis. Like, why would we celebrate arthritis? I have friends who have rheumatoid arthritis. I don't think they're celebrating.
Well, we're not talking about serious. Well, we're celebrating the day because it requires more research and more treatment and more awareness, and that we require more. I mean, I have arthritis from TB meds ruining my cartilage and chemo ruining my cartilage, but it's an awareness day. It's not a celebration. I mean, I'm sure not everybody's walking out with their Bengay, marching down or walking very slowly down the plaza.
Well, if you have a boyfriend named Ben and he's gay, I'd walk out.
And we're back, folks. We're back. Yes, it's about arthritis awareness. Yes.
Or just knowing who's with Ben.
Yeah, who's Ben? And
This
why
is
he
gay
so
Ben.
gay?
I mean, Ben Gay.
Everybody knows Ben is gay. He rubs on everybody.
He rubs really good on
everybody. But don't tell him, but he smells.
He smells like camper. He smells like camping or a rest home.
Gay Ben smells a little. I think I've Oh, there comes.
Oh my God. Hello, Laura.
Hey, comadre, ¿cómo estás? Here's our comadre. We're gonna finally get together this week. But yes, who knows? Smells hot. smells like the valley in the middle of summer.
Only problem with Gay Ben is sometimes he could be so icy and then he just gets totally hot.
Yes, that's why he says he's hot. Yeah. Once he warms up to you, everything's good. Once he warms up to you, you loosen up. It's okay. Oh yes. Once Emery gets here, it's all downhill. And the last one, here's one of my favorites. For those of us who are a little on the chunky side. Today is National Curves Day, people. Celebrate your curves. Para todas las gorditas. Vamos, mami. That's my curves dance. Are you trying to suck in your curves? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Yeah, the comadre's like, yay.
I love
From
my
taco,
curves.
please.
It's taken me decades to love my curves. So whatever I got, whatever's hanging on it's here for the ride. It's here for the long haul.
Spread some Bengay on those lovely curves, people.
You know, like I said, I always respect curvy girls who embrace it and embrace it from a young age. Like I remember early in my program of recovery, and I had really bad body dysmorphia. Like I thought I saw myself as a fitness model in my head. But of course, reality was you're a 540-pound man that it looks nothing like a fitness model. Like that was my body, crazy, insane body dysmorphia. So I would never have to deal with the fact that I was this morbidly obese man. And it's funny now from like it's such a different perspective, and I don't deal with that exact mental malaise. But I just think it's funny how my friends used to point out, they go, because I used to wear clothes that were so ill-fitted, they're so big on me. Like they would say, you could be like your shirt could be like a sail on a boat. Like if we were lost at sea, we could make a sailboat with your clothes. And they weren't trying to be hurtful. They were just saying, buy clothes that fit you. You're not, no. Are you skinny? No. But you don't have to look like the Macy's Day Parade float or balloon to feel comfortable and to look good. And they would point out Latinas because there's a lot of Latinas and Black women who are larger and they embrace their body. They embrace their curves and they're gorgeous and they dress in clothes that fit. And there's no shame. There's no, you're disgusting or you're gross. The only people who seem to have that issue are Caucasians, unfortunately, or white people.
Yeah.
But every other race seems to kind of like, they teach their kids, embrace who you are, embrace your body. Now, it's not advocating get fat or be fat. It's just saying, wherever you're at, you need to be comfortable with that because you can't get anywhere if you don't love yourself where you're at. If you don't love yourself, you have no love to give. If you don't like yourself, you have no like to give. So
Moomoo's outfits are back in style.
Oh, I love muumuus though. Like if I do drag, I want to be in a big old muumuu, like Hawaiian woman muumuu. Because I look Hawaiian and it's kind of fun. Yeah. And I want to put like the flowers in my hair.
You both look very happy and have a very bubbly look today.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Because you know why, Laura? Because we woke up just a little bit later today and we had a very delicious breakfast. Those burritos were really good.
I still have half of mine. I need to finish.
I have half of mine for breakfast tomorrow. And then we had a delicious lunch, watched TV. I wasn't off today, but I wasn't doing as much.
But I was.
So, because for those of you that don't know, I was in Puerto Rico before we went to we haven't played the TikTok of the week.
Oh no! But it's quick. It's a really quick one.
For those of you that know about my advocacy work, I was in Puerto Rico for the U.S. conference on HIV/AIDS. There were about 3,200 advocates and organization workers and agency workers there. We were all trying to find answers and cures and how to treat people better and fight the stigma and fight the shame. And I was fortunate enough to be included in the opening day plenary. So I gave my speech the first day, which the video is up on our Facebook page. I'll read it in a second. I'm trying to not look at what he said, but I'm going to read it in a second. So I was part of the opening of the first day, which was a real honor because they gave me I represented the Latino gay men of the U.S., and that was such an honor to be able to speak about my accomplishments this year. And then Positively Fearless was there, and we were able to do a panel presentation. And really, I mean, I know we touched people's hearts because they came up to us afterwards and were like this and that. Plus, I was able to network, and there's some opportunities coming up. I will tell you about those once we get contracts signed, but I'm hoping I get to go to Puerto Rico more. So a lot of really good things, not just for me personally, but for us as a couple personally, and as a couple professionally. So there's a lot of really great opportunities coming up for Little Mexican Productions and for Christian and Daniel and for me personally. And it's just amazing. So for anybody who's watching this, who was at USCHA in Puerto Rico this weekend, please send us photos and pictures and memories or whatever. Okay, so what did Emery say? Because I know you were giggling at that. Because you really are a cutie, Christian, and the clothes now are fine because I've seen the vids of you in shorts bouncing around. Escándalo! Yes, the picture. I'm going to move on really quickly from that. Sir.
Thank you, Emery.
The Pixie poster in PR was fun. I was probably, thank you. Yes. And I have more pictures that I haven't even posted. I have pictures from Alaska that I haven't posted yet.
Charlie, my goodness. I'm surprised. I thought you might be home already. I didn't know you were still in the hospital, buddy.
You're watching the hospital. We're going to send you the best energy possible, the best healing energy. We love you, and we wish you all the best. All the best. If there's anything we can send you to the hospital or to your family to get to you, please let us know if there's anything we can do. Please let us know. Saturday is also National Latino HIV Awareness. Yes, este sábado, National Latino HIV Awareness. I'll be doing some kind of outreach video on Saturday. Yes, we're actually considering moving to Puerto Rico. Are you really?
What?
There's some really. We were in San Juan.
Oh.
We were in San Juan, and it's really. I didn't get to go to Old San Juan, but what I saw was really. You know what? I was going to tell you this. When I got off, and I was telling my sister Nancy but I forgot to tell her this part. When I was driving from the airport to the hotel, driving down the freeway and the streets, it reminded me of Monterrey. The structures, the buildings, the houses. Wow. I felt like I was in Monterrey. It was really interesting.
That's really cool.
You did say, thank you, Micah. Thank you. I hope I did. I hope I represented well. I hope I did. Big hugs to Charlie. Yes, big hugs to Charlie. Dan, can I ask you something? Did you have conversations post-race? Oh yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, we've done I think we've talked about it, but we can do a whole show.
Yeah, we should revisit that.
The adventures and misadventures of radiation. Well, because of radiation complications is that I got Tommy. So
yep.
But yes.
Oh my God.
We'll talk privately.
Complications.
Yeah, we'll talk privately. We can try to get a Zoom between you, Christian, and I.
Complications were so serious, it nearly killed him, literally. So I think that's it. Yes, but yeah, Charlie, we'll talk with you personally.
Yeah.
You could DM us or call us, or we'll Zoom or something. We'll be happy to talk with you in person about it. There's a lot to tell.
So yeah, whenever you're ready. But let me tell you, Emery, I did as a Latino, and I've been a Latino all my life, and I've spoke Spanish all my life.
Have you been Latino?
No, I took a pill when I got sober.
I heard you were actually born Scandinavian.
I was born white, and then I drank a lot of coffee, and I got brown. And but
you drank Latin coffee. You didn't just drink
Latin coffee, café sin leche. I should have had it with milk so I would have stayed white, but I had it black. And
Cafe con azúcar.
But even for me, the cultural differences and the language difference, you say it, but it's Spanish. No, there were some things that I was like, I don't know what they're saying. And they were like, well, aren't you a language justice consultant? I'm like, well, in all justice, I have no idea what they're saying. But there were some, go check it out. If you've never, I mean, I'm sure you've been to Puerto Rico. It sounds like you have. But if you never have, go check it out first.
A great example that I bring up is you can go to England, and you go to certain parts of England, they're speaking English, people. They're not speaking another language, but you cannot understand a word they just said. It's the same kind of, just because you speak Spanish, you speak the Spanish of your origin. Like if you're Mexican, you speak the Mexican dialect of Spanish. And then depending on where you grew up in Mexico, you'll have a whole other set of colloquialisms that are unique to that area of Texas, of Mexico. And, or if you're wherever your parents are from, you'll have that uniqueness. So people don't realize just because you speak Spanish.
and this is completely not, and I wanted to say this before we continue. It's the end of the top of the third inning. Kershaw struggled to strike out the top of the Padres order, allowing 3 runners to get on base. Padres brings in 2 runs to take the lead. Padres 3-2 going into the bottom of the third. If I didn't know this was baseball, I would go in a whole different direction. But so I was checking out.
There you go, Emery. Daniel is just horrible. dirty.
Oh, Trea Turner hits a home run to tie of the game, 3-3, folks. Yes, Charlie will definitely connect with you and find a time to chat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we both, being the caretaker, I could tell you some.
Yeah, but
the outside experiences.
So I'm checking out, and the guy, his name was Aaron, and Aaron is telling me some information about I'm checking out, and he's talking to me in English, and unfortunately, he had a very thick accent, so I couldn't understand what he was trying to tell me in English. So I changed to, because most of the people in reception and service will speak to you in English, unless you say Spanish stuff, and then they'll speak to you in Spanish. So he's trying to talk to me in English, and I can't understand what he's saying. And then it's kind of loud, and I can't hear him because I'm old. I can't hear him, and then there's the accent, and I'm like, no te entiendo. I'm like, can you dime en español? Well, then he said Spanish, but he has a really thick Puerto Rican accent. And it's like, so now I can't understand him again. And I'm like, no te entiendo. And I'm standing there at the reception.
I love you're saying it in Spanish.
And I'm like, I can't understand you in English, and I can't understand you in Spanish. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. And he's like, did you? No. And then finally, the other guy steps over and goes,
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah. He's like, do you want us to email you your receipt? I was like, oh, yeah, email my receipt. He goes, and he's asking you if your room was okay. I'm like, yeah, my room was great. Everything was perfect. And he goes, and then he said something else. I looked at him, I go, I love you, but let's not talk anymore. And I just walked away. I had a hard time. So anyway, that's my story.
I think that's a reality check for people. Like, not just because someone speaks a certain dialect of Spanish doesn't mean that they understand all Spanish.
It's not at all.
Well, guys, this is so good.
Speaking of not understanding correctly, we're going to show you the TikTok video for the day.
You say you ready? Yeah. Hold on, guys. My dummy. I'm so dumb. I forgot to put the shoulder straps on. Hold on.
Oh, it didn't go.
What?
It froze.
It froze?
Yeah, for everyone else but you.
Got him.
Okay, let's try this again.
You say you ready? Yeah.
It froze now.
Well, it's playing on my side.
Hold on, guys.
Well, I know because it's on your computer.
I'm so dumb. I forgot to put the shoulder straps on. Hold on.
Wait. I love the look on their faces right before they fall.
Got him.
That is genius.
Tell us if you're watching it or
You say
not.
you ready?
Well, now it's good.
Yeah.
It played through, so people could see what was the funny part.
Okay, so y'all watched. Y'all
All
saw
right,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
My dummy.
That was so funny. I just love the look on their faces, like we're gonna die. Like, come on, dude. Oh,
But
I
anyway,
forgot. That's like really clever way to make a mediocre ride scary.
I still love rides. I love those rides.
Oh yeah, of course you do.
Well, we're down to the last 10 minutes, so you want to go ahead?
Sure. My pick of the week is a show called The Empress. That's me. Oh, no. It's about two young people meet, a fateful encounter, the proverbial love at first sight. He is the Emperor Franz Joseph of Austria-Hungary, and she is Elizabeth von Wittelsbach, Princess of Bavaria, which is my favorite part of Germany, and the sister of the woman Franz was supposed to marry. But Franz fell in love with Elizabeth. They say her name differently. They say Elizabeth or something. But it is a fantastic show. It is really fun to watch. It doesn't have a whole lot of, I think it's like 8 episodes on Netflix, and it's just great. Now, luckily, it has a dub of English or British English because it's all in German. It's a German production. That's why I'm not going to talk about the stars because no one would know them. Or maybe someone would, but not enough. But it's a really good show, and it's about when Austria-Hungary was its own country and when it was a real incredible power in the 1800s. I think it was the 1800s. So either way, that's my pick of the week. It's fantastic and worth a watch if you're into that old-timey stuff.
Thank you, babe. My pick of the week is the Bob Burgers movie. For those of you that are a fan of the show, this is just an extended version of it, but it's a cool adventure. Like, it just stretched. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a Bob's Burger fan, so I wanted to watch the movie, and I caught it on one of the flights, and I fell asleep a couple of times, and I had to like go back and start again. Mainly because there are some parts that are a little slow, and you're like, okay, we could have sped that up, or we could have avoided that, which is probably why they only do 30-minute episodes instead of a whole movies all the time. But if you're a fan of the movie, definitely watch it. There's so much to it that it really is this little conspiracy story to it, and behind like mystery to it, and it's funny, it's cute. It's definitely something if you have kids and you want to watch with the kids. There's something to watch. I would think it's a Sunday, you have nothing else to watch and you have a bag of popcorn you want to finish kind of movie. But or if you're on a plane and it's playing on your it's there available, play it. But yes, Christian and I talked about this before. It's because I'm a fan of the show that I wanted to see it. I saw it. It was cute. Would I watch it again? Probably not. It could probably be broken down into like 3 30-minute episodes.
Firebird. Oh,
that you would watch. Like, so.
Yeah, I couldn't make it through the beginning of the movie. It was just too slow for me.
I'm guessing Charlie says he would ride those rides too. We're on, Charlie. We're on. Watch on Amazon Video, Firebird.
I have that in my lineup. I have it in my watch list.
I'll have to put it on there. I'll have to watch it for it.
Oh, I didn't know I'd need tissue paper.
What else is going on? What else is happening? I'm going to be in Jersey next month.
We're going to see a drag show on Saturday.
Right.
My other day off this week.
His pick of the week is A&E series The Dark Side of Comedy.
Ooh.
Was on Chris Farley. Ooh.
Chris struggled, man. Like they say, sometimes the funniest people are the ones in the most trouble. Like they're really funny because they are so profoundly sad and unhappy and lonely. Chris was a tough story. His tale is very difficult.
Yeah. We'll have to check that one out.
I like that. Dark Side of Comedy. I like that.
Halloween is coming. Are we going to do anything for Halloween? It is on Monday this year. I'm working 3 parties this year, Cardivo.
And you have like actually multiple stock, like you have multiple costumes. You have at least 2 that you could wear, right? If not 3.
Do you know I've never been to Six Flags here in California?
They got rid of like the wood roller coaster, which was my favorite one.
Halloween Ends. I didn't see the previous Halloween movie.
Have you ever seen even the original?
I saw the original like years ago, but her latest I have not seen. And
I could say to see the original from a perspective of today, you realize, like, when you're watching the movie, you're like, the world must have been such a quiet place because there were no cell phones, no Walkman, no, like, when that movie was made, there was no portable technology other than a transistor radio, which most kids weren't going to carry with them. And I'm thinking, how quiet, how I grew up in that world, and I still don't, I have no recollection. I have no recollection of how quiet the world was. Like, I cannot consciously bring up that memory of like how quiet the world must have been. It just, I think the world must have been so quiet and so private. Like, you could actually have privacy because people were filming everyone doing everything in your worst moment. So,
which is why scary movies now I don't think are as scary as they were before cell phones.
No,
unless you're in some forest and there's no cell service,
no signal, and a bear swallows your phone.
But otherwise, like, hello 911, like, I'm being chased.
I'm in the middle of the woods, and well, I don't know.
And if I were 911, I'm like, why are you in the middle of the woods in Halloween?
Then you just
dumb.
You just go, Siri, send pin to 911. And then she'll send a pin of your location to them so they know where you're at. It's not scary. Like, you don't have to run. Or you just have to hide. But
like the people, okay, this is a totally different story, but like the people that got the 3 men on the boat that went fishing and it capsized and they were bit by sharks, and there was this whole, like, and their boat, and this is like, that's a real mystery story. Like, that's real scary. Like, he got 2 bars on his phone and he had like 2% battery left. And he had enough battery to call and say, we're in the middle of the ocean. Here's my location. And then they had to go try to find them. Now, that's freaking scary.
Well, they didn't try to find them. They found them.
Yeah, well, they found them. I mean, but they tried because they moved. By the time they got to them, they moved from their location and they had to find out where they were. But that's scary.
Again, that can be calculated. But that's scary today. When going back to when Halloween was made, good luck. You would have been fish food. They would never have found, they wouldn't even found the remains of the boat before you were all gone.
It's like, reminded me of the movie that we saw with Alicia Silverstone. Remember we talked about it? Where her and her husband. Yeah.
I can't remember the name. It was so bad. I love it. It was Alicia. I love you.
Love her.
I will always love you.
Love.
But that was a really horrible movie.
Yeah, that movie.
Not because of you. You were wonderful. Everything else was bad.
The movie was Clueless.
Clueless in the ocean.
Okay, and we have the last of the night. End of the third, Will Smith hit a pop-up foul. Trey Turner hit home run. It ties the game. The second game of the NLDS has become a pitcher game, and a hitter waiting for a pitcher to make a mistake. The bullpens are going to have to be really sharp. Michael Moran, I think you have a career in baseball announcement. Clueless. Yeah, that's what we're just.
And I also have been watching the Iggy Azalea music video, which is like Clueless. It's like she imitated Clueless, but in a more modern time, like many years later. For a video, it was so fun. I love that video, and I love Clueless.
I'm watching a lot of old shows right now. I'm rewatching Golden Girls, Designing Women, Glee. And then I just started really getting into Ted Lasso.
Oh, I love that show. I love that. Ted Lasso.
I haven't caught up on there's some other shows. There's just so many shows out there. I get overwhelmed.
You know, something, there was something I was going to say that crossed my mind. But no, Ted Lasso is fantastic. I went back and watched Star Wars from episode 1 all the way through to the end. I watched them all back to back over a 2-day period. I had them playing in the background while I was working. And that that was really cool. Like I had never really watched them all consecutively, and you could see the connections and how they worked so hard to make sure they were connected.
I want to know, Charlie, are you talking about the old Fantasy Island or the new Fantasy Island?
Probably the new.
I'm not a big fan of the new.
It's coming back though.
I have all Golden Girls memorized, but only got to meet Betty White. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. I mean, she was my favorite too. So, but I've always thought of myself more of a Blanche Devereaux. Anyway, folks, we're almost ready to go. Want to remind y'all that we have horoscopes on Monday, Kristen and Daniel on Wednesdays.
Oh, the old one.
Zodiacs or Card Devo on Fridays, depending if Wayne is available or not. And then Put It Together Conversations, which we are back this Saturday with a new episode. Join us at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I haven't changed the signage, so I'm not going to post that. But Michael goes going into the 40. Oh, we have one more update. Kershaw and Darius pitching are over 60 counts, both higher to three compared to resistance. And the old one, yes, the old one is still good. Thanks, guys. Always fun hanging out with you. We are so glad to see you. Thank you, Nancy, for being here, folks. We love you. We will see you next week. The other episode of Kristen Daniel. Watch us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And Twitter. Share it if you're watching us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And we will see you next week. Bye.
I'll go for a walk outside now.
Oh yes, if you haven't been watching The Masked Singer, go watch. Okay.
It is the episode 3.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye guys. Bye.